Hey guys, what's up? I'm Priyanka and welcome back to the Fanspire. It's been a while since we've gone live to discuss, obviously, the Premier League in football, something that we love talking about. And of course, it's a new year as well. Looking forward to interacting with a lot more fans this year and also, talking about sports, not just football. We're looking forward to talking more about different kinds of sports. Today, of course, as you can see, we're going to be talking about City versus Chelsea. Of course, the big clash, two big clubs in that sense. And we've also got VJ from Sports Wire to join us. Let's get him onto the show. Hello and welcome to the Fans by VJ.
Hey Priyanka, happy to be here. Heard a lot about the channel, but this is the first time for me, and my first show as well for the new year. Good place to start with.
Perfect, perfect. So glad to have you on. Of course, yes, guys, before we go into talking about football and discussing everything football, let's, see you guys subscribe, hit the subscribe button, comment, put in your questions. And of course, VJ has his own channel called Sports Bio. So please go ahead and subscribe to his channel as well.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so moving on, Vijay, quickly, let's get to know you're obviously a Chelsea fan. You are representing Chelsea. We didn't get any City fans to join us, sadly. So, you know,
It's hard
any
to find in India.
of course, yeah, the City fan jokes and things like that about stadiums being empty. But anyway, yes, coming back to you being a Chelsea fan, can you tell us a little bit about how you've started supporting Chelsea and how's the journey been so far?
Absolutely, the journey for me with Chelsea has been amazing. First of all, I started watching Chelsea right from the Mourinho era, the so-called Mourinho era, when Roman Abramovich took over. So I've really seen the success side of Chelsea more. It actually started as a banter, with my brother, who's a Manchester United fan. So his favorite color is red. So I had to actually choose an alternate, which was the blue at that point in time. So the Blues in Premier League, naturally we associate them with Chelsea, not Everton's, right? So
Yeah.
that's how and City was not even in the league at that point in time. um, I think they were in Division 2 or something. Jokes apart, but that's how my journey, or my love for Chelsea started. Mourinho came and transformed Chelsea. We saw a lot of success with Mourinho, and I've just been a fan of Chelsea ever since. Of course, a lot of panelists, when I talk to them, they speak about the non-glory days of Chelsea as well. Those who've been part of that 1970s, 80s Chelsea, where it was not successful. True fans, but unfortunately, I didn't have that chance to be part of Chelsea during that sort of a generation, even if I wanted to, because I was not even born that time. So anyways, that's my Chelsea love. Seen every cup journey. We generally associate Chelsea as a cup team because we keep chopping and changing managers. Something that we love to do. We don't want one manager on the job for a long period of time, and we don't have a settled system, but we still somehow manage to win trophies here and there. The ruthless Roman, making sure that the vision of the club is always success, and that's something that a lot of Chelsea fans can resonate with. Not sure if Chelsea fans can be as patient as that of any other fans in the Premier League, and I'm not really a patient guy either. So even my personal qualities seem to sometimes resonate with Chelsea. I want success, and it needs to be instant. Chelsea's always been my love, and glad to see Chelsea win 2 Champions League. The team, which is now a world champion as well, won it all. Really happy to be a fan of Chelsea, and I hope I cherish a long list of all these cups and trophies as and when we collect it.
Perfect, perfect. That was really delightful to hear. And obviously, it's always amazing to hear fans talk about their passion for the club. So you mentioned that Chelsea has a history of not keeping managers, and of course, we're seeing the current position right now. Chelsea is like 10th on the table, but I want to know your views about the current manager and How's it going? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I'm someone who respects loyalty for the club, or be it anything. And for me, Thomas Tuchel proved, when the club was not in its best of its status, let's put it that way, when we were even struggling to get fans to the stadium because we were not allowed to. That was a manager who won the Champions League for us the previous season, and he had offers from Manchester United, even Tottenham at one point. He decided to stay with the club. He is an excellent manager. I've always respected Thomas Tuchel for his work, even in Mainz, PSG. Yeah, he's been unlucky in the finals a bit, but then with Chelsea, even that was sorted. In 6 months, he just transformed Lampard's Chelsea to make sure to make Chelsea what it was, and to see him go that way and replaced by a manager who's never been you know who's never been to the top clubs in terms of managing capability.
Right.
A lot of fans tend to disagree with this. Management is something that it's pretty much the same across levels, but I tend to disagree. I do management for my profession. It's definitely not the same across levels. Managing a top club is completely different from what you do with Brightons or the Evertons of the world. So I was a bit skeptical when Graham Potter stepped in. I always, keep saying to people, one of the reasons why Graham Potter might have been selected is probably there's not a lot of change that is involved in the system that that time Thomas Tuchel was playing, and then Graham Potter kind of resonated with the same system, like the 3-4-3 with the wing backs attacking more, the work rate of the wing backs being more. And that's probably the reason why we had to go for Graham Potter, English manager. So a bit of soft corner there by a lot of English fans. But had he proved his worth yet? Definitely not. Can he, make Chelsea a better team? He's kind of hanging by a thread. FA Cup, this result would also, can go against him in terms of the Chelsea longer run, because the new owners, the new American owners, I think they are also playing like Roman a bit, chopping managers. They don't seem to be afraid to do that, which is not a good sign for Graham Potter. In terms of his tactical nuances, I believe Graham Potter knows what he needs to do, but I'm not sure if he's capable of handling that strong a dressing room. Chelsea
Right.
players have always held that dressing room. It's always been a player power in Chelsea. Not sure if Graham Potter has the ability to handle that yet.
Right.
That's my
Right.
view.
Yeah, and we've seen like we were talking before the show started. We've seen the club step from what it was and to what it is right now. Right, we're like constantly we have like disappointed Chelsea fans. But talking about disappointment, there's another thing. There was this other news that Enzo Fernandez's deal was halted. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, a deal like this is always not going to be easier to make, and especially when it comes to winter transfer windows, it's even going to be difficult. Benfica, again, teams like Benfica, Braga, all these Portuguese teams, they kind of depend on one superstar and then form the team around them. We've seen the likes of Ajax, surrounded by Hakim Ziyech, and a few other players. So when a team is surrounded by a superstar and then surrounded by a squad around them, what generally happens is that their demands are usually high. And talking about it from a financial perspective, the reason why it is being halted right now is because of the cash in front that Benfica is expecting right now. And that's not something that Chelsea can afford in terms of balancing the books. Right, if it is an amortized payment, they can obviously do it, but right now, given the finances that we've lost in the last 2 years, and given the ownership transfer, I believe there are certain things that Chelsea as a financial organization need to go through, which I'm not sure right now if they will be able to. And that's probably the reason why Enzo Fernandez, sorry, I'm getting his name wrong, but Enzo Fernandez deal is getting halted. But I hope, that is a position. I think in terms of identifying the position, they've done a good job. But getting the player, they need to do a far better than job this.
Better job. Okay. And do you expect any more signings happening in this window?
Uh, to be honest, I want this window to be a bit quiet. I want Graham Potter to further analyze the squad right now. Shouldn't just go back to the market just for the sake of going back to the market. There is a summer transfer window where I want him to settle down, first of all, with the, so we've got an entire new board in terms of our scouting network. Everything is new for us right now.
Right.
If at all we're making moves right now, it's a panic move. I want them to further settle down, make sure that they are in agreement with Graham Potter in the ways that they want Chelsea to move forward, and Graham Potter wants it as well, and then make decisions. And if that means foregoing this particular window, then I'm fine with it.
Okay, perfect. And we've spoken about signings and the money, and you're facing a team that has it all, City. Thoughts on just facing City as a whole? Because obviously, year in, year out, season in, season out, they've been there, they've performed, they're just genuinely like, literally a powerhouse of players, and you have Pep over there as well. So are you like a bit scared that you're going to be facing City?
Absolutely. 2021, the last time that we won against City, and apparently that was the last time that we scored a goal against Man City as well. The last three meetings, we've not been able to score once, which means that we've not been able to penetrate their defense. That's how sad Chelsea's attack has been over the past few years. But that's Chelsea's attack. City, on the other hand, has got a tremendous, they're this powerhouse when it comes to the attack. And the manager out there, though I am a very ardent fan of Jose Mourinho, given his Chelsea history and all that, and him being a Real Madrid coach when Pep was coaching Barcelona, I still respect Pep a lot. He's a tactician. He's a genius when it comes to the market. He knows how to play the market. And he's done excellent work when it comes to setting up a team and building that team for the next 5-10 years. Even if Pep is out the window the next season, this team is going to be at least successful for the next 5 years, be it whoever the manager it is, right? That's the kind of legacy he leaves behind when he leaves a team. And he's done a wonderful job at City. I'm happy for Pep, but at the same time, I'm just a bit scared about facing City and Haaland, specifically.
Yes.
Erling
Yes.
Haaland. Apparently, he scored more goals than Chelsea in this particular season. Imagine the
What is
irony.
that?
Yeah, so that's a stat that we as Chelsea fans would not want to be out there in the media. But sadly, it is, and there's no hiding behind it. Erling Haaland is a goal machine. We need to find a way to stop him, and it's not going to be easy. And it's not that we can even just man mark him or anything. He is just going to run riots with that Chelsea defense. I'm a bit scared,
Absolutely.
to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, literally, he's just joined the league, and he has like these chill vibes. Like he literally on the pitch, he's like doing his job, has few touches, just scoring some goals. Like just an average day for him, banging in some goals. But what a guy! I wish we had a City fan here to like let us know how he's been feeling about Haaland just banging goals left, right, and center for them. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's as you said, right? It's going to be very interesting to see if Chelsea can hold him down and prevent him from doing what he does best. And so, coming to the match, what are your thoughts in terms of the formation that we're going to see between Chelsea and City?
I think it's going to be again a 3-4-3, maybe um, the same formation that we've been playing for the last 3-4 years. It's not been a lot of changes. We've tried going back four, not been really successful at that as well. We've started saying that back four is where we want our team to go in terms of fans as well, media people as well. Just making sure that they put that in front of the manager. Back four is also an option, but even when we go to back four, we don't look that rigid with our defense. And the 3-4-3 with Jorginho and Zakaria playing the midfield role is what we probably can expect. Reece James injury doesn't help the cause. James Chilwell, Ruben Loftus-Cheek might be back, but not sure if he would be. Not sure again if him coming in would make a difference either, because we are against the likes of Walker, and on the other hand, I forgot his name, but yeah, again, a very good player. They're right back. Sorry, left back. So they're amazing talents. It's going to be very hard to stop them. But 3-4-3 is what we have got. Maybe Pulisic, Havertz, and those guys start up front. But maybe we'll go through the lineup later. But I think we'll start with a
Yeah.
3-4-3.
The
We
lineup
expect.
should be out soon, right? Uh, like, let's say Chelsea do score. Who do you think is going to be the one scoring for Chelsea?
I want to say Aubameyang or Mason Mount for us, but we all know what happens. Mason Mount, to an extent, yeah, he is a big match player, of course. You could rely on him than many of the Chelsea players that we have right now. Zakaria is actually doing a good thing, him settling back, but would he be a goal threat? I'm not so sure. But Raheem Sterling is someone to watch out for because he at least knows the right positions to be in inside the box, which can be lethal in these big games because all that is required is just get that one goal lead and then go back into the shell and start defending for your lives, right? Pray to God they don't score. So Raheem Sterling is going to be that threat inside the box.
Okay. It's going to be an interesting clash to see, unless Chelsea just like come out and overpower. I mean, City just come and overpower. But Chelsea, given the form that we've seen, I don't think that maybe this year that they have that sort of doing it. And it takes me back to the Champions League final, of course, where we saw them, uh, get the win. Uh, Someone says hi, hello, thank you for joining the stream. Saboni, also Chelsea fan, and we also have Prasanna, of course, another Chelsea fan.
Hey, Prasanna.
Thank you guys for tuning in. So yes, we have we've talked about the game. We've talked about how we think it's going to unfold. Do you want to give your predictions in terms of the score?
Well, since you say predictions, and me being Chelsea fan and all that, I want to say 2-1 for Chelsea, but I know it's not going to unfold that way. I'm going to go with City 2, Chelsea 1, or maybe even 0.
Okay. So
Sometimes it's better to be a realist.
All right. That's we have that. We don't have that much here on the fans pile. Like everyone generally goes to support their team and be a little optimistic. But as you said, realistic. But let's see how it goes.
When you know your team cannot win against Nottingham Forest, you've got some serious problems.
Again, we have Sabar over here who said Man City 5, Chelsea 0.
See, that's where I differ a bit. I mean, that's where the Chelsea in me comes, to my rescue. Not trying to humiliate myself even before the game. Maybe after the game, that happens.
Right. Samar is a Liverpool fan, and he's also been on the channel.
No surprises then.
Right. Perfect. Also, before we end the stream, a little quick fun question. So, of course, we've seen rivalries, players going head to head, probably some yellow cards, a bit of fouling there. If you think of two players who are going to get into a tussle in this match, who do you think it will be?
Kai Havertz, he's got this tendency to pick up fights very quickly. I think he wants to express his frustration in such a way that, that is not really expected of him. He needs to cool down. He really loses his cool very quickly. So Kai Havertz for me, for Chelsea, definitely he's going to pick up a fight here and there. And from Man City side, it's a very organized side, if I'm being honest about it. But if it's going to be a fight, I think I'd be more scared of Rodri.
All right. Yeah. I think those are two good picks, and let's see. And I mean, the drama just adds to the fun
Yeah, I don't want that to happen either.
as a
Kai
neutral
Havertz is no
spectator.
match for Rodri, anyways.
Okay. Anyway, all the best to Chelsea. As a neutral fan, I'll be hoping for a good game, but all the best to you and, of course, Chelsea. Thank you so much for coming on the stream. It was really nice. Everybody, please go ahead and subscribe to Sports Bio. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fanspire, and we'll be back with a lot more streaming, live streams, discussing, talking about football. Do follow us on Instagram and on Twitter as well. You can see our handles are down below. We're pretty active there. Do join the conversation. And if you'd have to be a panelist here on the Fanspire, do give us a DM, just message us very quickly, and you can be here on the Fanspire as well. Thank you so much, Vijay, for coming on. It's been really, really great. Thank you to everyone who's joined in as well.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for having me.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. And yes, we look forward to the results of the game. See you all later. Bye bye.
Up the Chelsea.